Hi, it's a good morning, guys. How are you all? I hope everyone is cool. If the sound is okay, please let me know. I've just changed my microphone again. Yesterday, I found another microphone and I bought it. I'm just testing it is good or not. Just let me know. You can hear me, right? Hey, brother, how are you today? I'm cool. California. Hey, Suzivan. Good morning. RS. Good morning, brother. It's good. Yeah, thank you, brother. Uh, like, is it good like yesterday's stream or is it better? Your voice is a bit different but very clear. Comparing yes to yesterday or for last few days, what do you say? Should I keep it or should I change it? Hey Sharada, good morning, brother. Good. Okay, that's cool. Then let's continue with this and we'll see. Please make sure that all of you have pushed the like button. I think it was better before. It was better before. Okay, I'll go some minutes, kind of 15 to 20 minutes. Sound was better before, sound muffled today. Okay, I'll change it. It was very cheap actually. I got it for 55 euro. I thought let's buy it and try if it's good or not. But I think it's a waste of money. But it's okay. That's cool. That's really cool. I've already changed. I hope now the voice is clear. Sophia, much better. That's good. Okay. So this is the weekly candle so far. Let's go for the pre-market analysis. Okay. No, I'm just not. That's the word I was looking for. Muffy. I have just changed it. I hope it's clear now. I don't know now. Okay, that's cool. Let it go. Okay, I'll stay with this. Good morning, ICT2. ICT2. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm just not going for the all the earnings. You know better. Like, this is the 30th of December. I hope you know the risk of trading here. But again, it's all your decision. I will try to go with the price action, but I'm not confident again. But we'll see if we can finish reading the price action a bit precise way or not. Good morning, GN. Reflect and grow. Brother, you are the same guy who posted the payout from Blue Guardian Future. Reflect and grow. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of you. Please make sure that all of you have pushed the like button. And reflect, please let me know that you who actually shared the screenshot to our Discord from Blue Guardian Futures payout. cold over here, man. Come on. This is the candle so far. Market falling. That falling. Nothing to say from the daily chart and weekly chart. It's almost the same thing like for last few days. Just don't wanna go the whole all. I mean, hard time frame price action. Start to watch the market from 15 here. See if I can see something or if I can find something that will help me to go for a specific bias or just let it go. Okay, something like not pre-market predetermined bias. Instead of that, let's go with the price action. Whatever it is going to give me, I'll try to take that. So just don't wanna go biased based like bullish, bearish, not like that way. Whatever it is going to offer me, try to take that. Yeah, yeah, and all thanks to you. Don't give me the thanks, man. All credit goes. Friday's price action from the hourly chart, yesterday's price action from the hourly chart, and this price action. You can see all the range bound. Market is inside a range here. It was inside a range here. Every day is inside a range. Very difficult to trade in this market while it is ranging. We'll see something something that will help us to go for a kind of confirmed entry or something like that. Try that. Just the sheet price action is expected, absolutely expected. So I'll just not interested to go for any kind of a specific bias. Instead of that, whatever it is going to provide me, try to go for that. That whatever it is going to give me, that I'll just take it. Just going to mark the sell side liquidity from on minute chart, the sell side liquidity from on minute chart. And if you look over here, this is the buy side liquidity from both 15-minute chart, 1 minute chart, from everywhere. The buy side liquidity around here and here, this side, that are relatively equal highs. So I'm just going to mark these relatively equal highs over here as my buy side liquidity. Will keep this as my sell side liquidity. You can mark this as your sell side liquidity as well, like this low and that low. They are absolutely clean lows, or kind of very kind of relatively equal lows. That the very good sell side liquidity as well. Let me keep another line over here. Sell side liquidity is so beautiful. This buy side liquidity, obviously obvious liquidity here. Again, you have some buy side liquidity around this as well. Much more cleaner, much more see. This to buy side liquidity, this to sell side liquidity is on or is on my chart. Prior to 9:30, you can see this the bullish fair value gap around here, which is respect market is respect. I'm interested to mark that bullish fair value gap to see it can keep going higher or market is more interested to fall. As long as market is above this bullish fair value gap around 15 minute, we try to look for the buying opportunity only for these buy side liquidities. Market break that sells, I mean that bullish fair value gap, closed below this bullish fair value gap. I think I will go for this sell side liquidity and then that sell side liquidity. But important here, I don't think so. Anything else is important. Let me see what do I have from the new week opening gap. New week opening gap and today's new day opening gap aligned with each other around here. You can see around this aligned with each other. So for this new day opening gap is holding the market here, here, here. All of this area market is holding by the new day opening gap. Some kind of sell side liquidity here, sell side liquidity inside previous week opening gap around here. Extreme sell side liquidity, buy side is, and finally the extreme buy side liquidity. A lot of buy side liquidity around that area as well. See what do I have from the 1 minute chart. Plain sell side liquidity from 1 minute chart. Going to mark lows of that lows over here. Bicep. Some bicep liquidity over here as well. Have to keep it on my chart. Not sure that it will. I guess I'm just not going with all the warnings that this is the time. We should be very careful. All of these things, right? Every of you, every one of you actually knows the risk over here. Please make sure that you're not over trading. Try 1 or 2 times for any kind of trade. If you find that, go for that. If you don't get some beautiful trade, just let it go. Do this type of things. Today we have the FOMC as well. I think around the PM session. So the 7M was the greatest, better opportunity. Let me see. Do I have anything? Did I have anything around the 7M? 30 market went higher around area. Nothing was there. Nothing. Nothing. Then market come back again here. In the meantime, I guess there could be some kind of sell. Maybe. I was if I were here, I would never look for any kind of buy just because market around 6:30 to 7 market just keep going higher, cleared the buy side liquid. So I would wait for some kind of selling opportunity, and I believe maybe there could be some kind of sell depending on all other price action. Otherwise, I really don't have anything. We had some buying opportunity around the London city, but still the price is very bad. You can see a lot of volume imbalance happens actually where there is no volume. The market doesn't have any volume most of the time. It's like the price actions like that way. So really nothing. And mm, yeah, let's see what is happening on dollar index. I have the time. Disaster price action. Disaster price. I was not seeing the chart actually, so I have no idea what was happening. I after a long time actually I didn't open my chart from yesterday. After the morning session, I closed my chart, and this is the second time I'm opening the chart. Just let me feel the market, what is happening over here. Bit understanding about the market so that I can at least have an idea what is happening on the dollar index or any other SA market. Just pure consolidation, to be honest, pure consolidation. You can see like Thursday, Friday, Monday, just pure consolidation. Market is in range bound, it's not moving anywhere, just ranging in the same area. Nothing. It's really so difficult to read the market while this market is in range, not moving anywhere, like long week, and kind of very disappointed price action over here. uh I would say that it's better not to trade over here today. Kind of like, what is going to happen, I have no idea. Something like that. Okay, to be honest, like, look at this price action. What is going to happen? Can you please tell? This is a bullish market over here, right? This is a bullish market, and then this market is consolidating for a long time, long period of time. Is it going to go higher again, or does it want to go for a bit more retracement? Kind of very tough decision to take. Most of the times, there will be a possibility to get wrong, get stopped out. We are seeing the 1 hour chart and just 1 hour chart. The 15-minute chart, at the candles around the AM session. Around the AM session, the candles not moving anywhere, not one-sided, just consolidating around the same area. This day, I think it was a bit good price action around 9:30. Market started to go higher, retrace, and then go higher. That day was a bit better over here, but the rest of the days are kind of consolidation, nothing special. Yeah, I'll just no bias. I don't have any bias. To be honest, we'll just see if it can provide anything to me so that I can catch it. Wait a bit more longer time, I think. Then see if I can find something. Again, please don't copy my trade. The lowest probable area to trade, in my opinion. Again, we are here. We'll just read the market. If I find something good, I'll tell you. Depending on every other kind of scenario, feel good. And if that is your same trade you are expecting, maybe then you can go for a trade. Otherwise, let today and tomorrow go. Today and tomorrow, let it go. I think on January again, you'll find a bit better price action comparing with this December price action. And of course, from February, it's gonna be so. I believe so. Today and tomorrow, today is the 30th of December, tomorrow is 31st of December. Last 2 days of 2025, guys. I just don't know how you have done for the 2025. Let's see. The 47% people was very bad. Awesome was just 17% people. Not bad. 40. Mm, okay, acceptable, but very bad is 43%. This was really a good year, in my opinion. 2025 was not bad. It's really a good year. If you compare 2024, that was disaster. But 2025 is really so beautiful to me, at least. I would go for the awesome if I compare it with 2024. But if I compare the price action with 2023, then it was not bad. But very bad, to be honest, I don't think so. It was not that much bad. But yeah, still we are learning. I hope today, tomorrow, we start to see more beautiful things on the chart, and we will maybe will be able to vote on the very good price action. Maybe in 2026 is ahead of us. Let 2025 go. Whatever happened, it has already happened. No need to worry about that. Just let it go. This was yesterday's price action, and if you guys remember at the end of the session, I have told you that this is going to fall from here, and it actually cleared the sell side liquidity, and then it reversed from there, went higher, take that buy side liquidity one more time, fall, left that sell side liquidity, went so beautifully, went higher, cleared that high, then started to consolidate in between this high with that low. So all of this price action inside this leg over here around this. If I go to the 50-minute chart one more time to find out the range, where is the market right now? You can see this is the high, which has cleared some highs, highs over here. This is the low that has cleared some sell side liquidity or swing lows over here. So all of this price action inside that range. If I mark the high of this range and the low of this range, if this market was bearish, it should not come over here. If this market was bullish, after coming to this deep premium area, it doesn't need to come back again to this deep discounted area. You can see if this market go both deep premium and a deep discount, I told you, you guys remember, if we do that, most of the times either is going to clear one high or it is going to be in consolidation between deep premium and deep discount. Look at this area right now. Market started to go higher. From here, there it came to the deep premium, deep discount, deep premium, deep discount. Maybe it will go to the deep premium again, deep discount again. Then maybe buy side liquidity cleared. Then we'll see if it can work with the premium, keep going higher, or is it going to respect some kind of bearish fair value cap or anything over here, then come here, fall, then take the sell side. Like this type of scenario is happened most of the time if the market work with this ceiling range and deep premium and deep discounted area. Your job is to wait to see if one liquidity is gonna be cleared. So either the buy side liquidity is here, this relatively equal highs. Either the buy side liquidity is gonna be clear or the sell side liquidity is gonna be clear at the beginning, and then this market is going for the opposite direction. If you ask me, from my higher time frame, I am bullish. If I am bullish, what I am expecting in this kind of scenario, okay, what I'm going to expect, it is consolidating in between high premium and high discount, or the deep premium deep discount, and then finally this market will work equilibrium, take the sell side liquidity. If it would love to go a bit more, it can do that, or otherwise just start to go higher again, go for this buy side. If my bias is bullish, which is actually I'm bullish from my higher time frame, weekly, daily chart, or everywhere, I'm extremely bullish. In this type of scenario, I really would love to see some sort of like sell side liquidity will be cleared before market going higher. If this happened, this is the best. I would feel very confident to go for this type of buy. If it doesn't happen and it started to go higher, take the buy side liquidity. As my bias is bullish, I will wait to see does it want to go higher, keep going higher, or does it try to fall one more time, clear the sell side liquidity. For example, I'm bullish, extremely bullish, and market actually first cleared the sell side liquidity, then gave me, after clearing the sell side liquidity, there is a setup. I will go with this buy with so much confident that this is going higher. But if it happens in an opposite way, that means market actually didn't clear the sell side liquidity, instead of that went higher and cleared the buy side liquidity, then I'll be very careful. Is it going to fall for this sell side liquidity, or is it going to keep going higher? So if even if I get a buying opportunity over here, I'm not interested to catch that buy. The reason is I just don't know, this market would love to follow one more time to clear that sell side liquidity, as it didn't clear before. They cleared the sell side liquidity before clearing the buy side. This is a low probable area to trade if the market actually doesn't clear the sell side liquidity and take the buy side liquidity. It's going to be a low probability to, because higher time frame is telling me I have extremely buy side liquidity, extreme buy side liquidity over there. So higher time frame is telling me I'm going higher, but lower time frame has to follow the higher time frame. And if it really would love to follow that, first it has to clear the sell side liquidity. After clearing the sell side liquidity, then give me the buying opportunity. Very confident buy. If it doesn't do that, instead of that, clear the buy side liquidity at the beginning, then it's going to be difficult for me to frame either the sell or the buy. Both of them are very difficult here. Right? The reason is market is going higher. By leaving that sell side liquidity, will keep going higher, or is it going to reverse and going to take the sell side liquidity? I have just no idea. In this type of scenario, in a normal time, I'm just talking randomly over here because I think I really don't have anything to say. You can just see the price action, kind of a price action. I can't do anything, to be honest. So that's why I'm just talking about this general things. I actually, when I open the chart, the way I I I I, I plan my trade, this small price action is very important for me to understand high probable trade or the low probable trade. First, I have to have something in my mind. This is how you are going to frame, okay? So just think like from the beginning, from your higher time frame, you are bullish. There is no confusion. You go to the daily chart or the weekly chart, you'll see there is no confusion that this is a bullish market. All of the explanation I have given you for last few days, right? The very extremely bullish market, buy side liquidity here, all-time high over there, unfinished business over there. So a lot of things is telling me I'm extremely bullish. I don't need to worry about the bias. My bias is bullish. Again, this is not for today, okay? I'm just generally saying this to you. So when your higher time frame has provided you the bullishness, or it has confirmed that I am bullish, I know that this market eventually is going to go higher. That is the only sentence. I'm gonna keep that in my mind. Here, there, now, then, today, tomorrow. Market is going to go higher. Anytime this is a bullish market, this market will start to go higher. That only thing is in my mind. Whenever I'm going to 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart, 15-minute chart, hourly chart, I just don't forget that this is a bullish market. Same from the daily or weekly chart, just telling you or sharing with you guys how I determine my plan or how I actually make my plan in a specific day. From my daily or weekly chart, if I am bearish, I'm expecting this market is not going to go higher. Instead of that, it is going to fall. Now remember, higher time frame is going to go toward the liquidity. So you can see there is an imbalance. So I can expect that this market is going to trade that imbalance, then it will go for that buy side liquidity. So in that type of scenario, what is my bias? Bearish or bullish? I am bullish because I have the liquidity. Market doesn't need to trade these imbalances. Instead of that, it can simply go higher, take that liquidity. So I am bullish because I have the buy side liquidity. I'm not bearish because market, I'm expecting market will trade this gap first, then it will go for that buy side liquidity. It should work like that way, but it doesn't mean that my bias is bearish. I am bullish because buy side liquidity is over there. I never look for any kind of imbalances as my bias. I always try to look for if there is anything. Okay, if there is no liquidity, then I actually give the priority to the imbalances, that maybe market is going to trade that imbalances and it is going to engineer the buy side liquidity, then it will fall. All of these things I do if I don't have any kind of liquidity. But if I have the liquidity, you can see over here, so beautiful liquidity. I don't care, is it going to trade these imbalances or it is not going to trade these imbalances before taking the buy side liquidity. So my bias is not bearish, it's bullish from my daily chart and the weekly chart. I'm now in 15-minute chart. All is in my mind. What is my bias? Where the market will go? I know that this market is going higher for the buy side liquidity. At the same time, if I see this market is falling, I already know from my daily chart that there is some kind of bullish fair value gap from the daily chart. Market is going to go for to trade that bullish imbalances over here. So if I am seeing this is a bearish market, market is falling, like a lot of times you guys got panic in my life while I keep saying that, brother, I'm bullish, waiting for the buy side liquid, and then you market fall, it came here, you you started to say, I told you this is a bearish market or blah blah blah, all of these things. This is just to prove that you are right, I'm wrong. I know that I can feel that things, but the problem here, you have no idea why you are bearish. You have no idea how far this market is going to fall. That is the problem. Again, some of you are really so beautiful, I mean so better, 1,000 times better than me. I'm not going to judge them. I'm just trying to talk with those people who are actually new over here, interested to learn the ICT concept. So in that type of scenario, I know this is a bullish market from my higher time frame, but I'm seeing this market is falling. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let that fall go. I'm not interested to touch this fall because I just don't know how far it is going to fall. When it is going to fall, keep falling, keep falling, keep falling, and finally it has traded something, some kind of higher time frame period, it hourly or any kind of daily, whatever it is, depending on that, has traded that and then finally gave me a bullish setup. I would love to catch that buy run over here for this buy side liquid. So all that sell, I'm gonna let them go. Then I would love to go for that buy. Think like today's bearish market, my bias was wrong. So this market is actually falling, falling, and some kind of retracement, then it keep falling. The whole day market was bearish. In that type of scenario, maybe I'll not trade in that specific day. I'll just not trade it. This is for the beginners, okay? Please try to understand. Not for those people who already know how to switch the bias. This is for the beginners. If you are still struggling to find the 22 IT model order block, nothing is working for you. Why it is not working? Because you are not biased. You are just looking at the market is falling, so you are taking sell. You are seeing market is going higher, you are taking buy. That is the most dangerous thing for a traders, at least for the ICT concepts traders who actually look for buy and sell, both buy and sell, just because of they are seeing the market is falling, so they look for the sell. They are seeing market is going higher, they look for the buy. Most dangerous thing. So if you are new, a very beginner, don't do that. First, you go to your higher time frame, weekly, daily, maximum 4 hour chart. Look for the liquidity. Where is the liquidity from any of these three time frame? Wherever you find the liquidity, that should be your bias. Now, if you are bullish, first expect this market is going to fall. Some sort of sell side liquidity is going to be cleared before this market go toward your bias. Maybe your bias is not bullish, your bias is bearish. Then wait for some sort of buy side liquidity to be cleared, and then look for the sell side liquidity if your bias is bearish. That run you are going to let this go. This run you are not going to touch. This run you are going to let go if your bias is bearish. And then when it is going to clear that buy side liquidity or any kind of buy side liquidity, it has traded some kind of high time frame period or whatever it is, it has traded and then gave you the setup, you are going to take that sell. Because your bias is bearish, you are going to let this run go. Maybe your bias is wrong, you are bearish, but market is actually keep going higher, keep going higher, keep going higher. Let this run go. Just a second, guys. I have to accept my mother's call. Just 1 second, okay? Amma, assalamu alaikum. আচ্ছা কি হচ্ছে? So you have to let the opposite run go without touching this market. Sometimes, like yesterday, when I was bullish, at the same time I have framed the sell setup. Now, I really don't want to do that because it it feels like okay, we are allowed to go for buy and sell from the same market. I really don't want to encourage to any of you to do that. I promise you, brother, that is the most dangerous thing in trading, to go for buy and sell. Because if you're not trading with understanding the price and you keep going buy and sell, some days will come where this is a extremely bullish market and you will expect that market is bullish and you will go for the buy every time you the buy, and next day you will see this market is just going higher a bit, then it started to fall, then going higher again. That type of days you are going to blow your account. Trust me, you are just simply going to blow your account. Even though you will be able to make some money in some good days, but the bad days you won't be able to stop, because you know that it is falling, so I can look for sell. You know that it is going higher, I can look for the buy. That is the most dangerous part of trading. Is try to be one-sided at first. Like if it is bullish, if your bias is bullish, first expect that market is going to fall to clear some sell side liquidity, then it will go higher. If it doesn't clear the sell side liquidity, instead of that start to go higher, don't chase the market. It's called chasing market. Don't chase that market. Has to clear some sort of sell side liquidity before going higher. It doesn't need to be relatively equal lows. It can be just a simple low or relatively equal low, whatever it is. If your bias is bearish, then it has to clear some sort of buy side liquidity. It can be relatively equal highs, can be just a single high before falling. If you see market didn't clear single high or relatively equal highs, your bias is bearish and market is falling, don't touch it, because it's called chasing market. You are chasing the market without liquidity cleared. If the market is falling, don't chase the market. Let the fall go. And at the beginning, when if you are extremely bearish and you are expecting this market is going to clear this sell side liquidity, okay, just for the sake of this conversation, just you are expecting that this market is going to clear this sell side liquidity. That is your bias. Now you saw market didn't clear any kind of buy side liquidity and it has fallen. Take that sell side liquidity. Then there is another 22 IT model. Okay, without liquidity clear, market has given you another 22 IT model. Exactly over here, the FOMO start to work, and you will start to think that I have missed all these sales, so I don't want to miss this rest of the run. That is called chasing market. Don't chase the market. Instead of that, if you didn't able to take the entry anywhere here, and then you have seen there is no manipulation, that means market didn't clear any kind of buy side liquidity, market is falling, don't touch it. Wait this market to go higher to clear some sort of buy side liquidity. After clearing the buy side liquidity, then wait for the sell again. That small area you have to let that go. Without liquidity clear, don't chase the market. So sometimes people say that don't chase the market. What do they mean? They mean exactly the same thing I told you over here. For example, I'm interested to look for a sell, and I have seen that this market went higher, cleared this swing high over here. Just for the sake of this conversation, it's not the real example, or it didn't happen over here. Okay, just giving an overall example. Market has cleared this buy side liquidity, that was the sell. Unfortunately, you missed the sell over here. Just you didn't take the sell, and you are waiting for some kind of confirmation, or maybe you didn't get the entry over there. Whatever happened over there, just let it go. Think that okay, you have missed this trade, no problem. Now this market came here very near to clear this sell side liquidity over here. Okay, so you missed this sell at the beginning, and you saw market here, and then gave you some kind of retracement, and market is falling for this sell side liquidity. Don't take the entry over here. Just don't go for the trade over here. Market manipulation happened over here. Fair value gap traded here. Market is didn't clear that sell side liquidity yet. Gave you the retracement. Don't enter over here. Instead of that, wait. If market failed to clear the sell side liquidity and then go higher, did the manipulation exactly over here. When it will did the manipulation, then gave you another opportunity, take the entry over here, exactly over here. That manipulation is the most important part. Without manipulation, like here, didn't clear that liquidity, and now it has cleared that liquidity. Entering over here is pure gambling. Don't gamble over there. The request to all of you, these are normal or like base of trading ICT concepts. The base chasing market, that is called chasing market, FOMO, fear of missing opportunity. This is how it all comes. Now again, maybe some for last few days I'm framing both buy and sell, just because this market is really trash. Okay, it's just a trash. That's why I'm framing both sell and buy. Don't feel that you can do that or I can do that. No, nobody can do that. In a market, buy and sell. Don't go for that. Either look for the buy or look for the sell. More precisely, I am bullish, right? What I'm going to do, I'm gonna let all the sell go. I'm not gonna touch any of this sell, and when the sell liquidity will be cleared, I will wait for some kind of bullish period over here to be traded, and when that bullish period will be traded, I will start to look for the buying opportunity for this buy side liquidity. Now, if I see, okay, this market is not bullish, instead of that, it has cleared some buy side liquidity, and then going for this sell side liquidity, I'll let this sell go. Again, after clearing this sell side liquidity, I will look on my left. Do I have any kind of higher time frame period over here? If I see there is some period, market has cleared the liquidity, higher time frame bullish period, and then there is a buying opportunity. I'll take that buy directly over here. This is called not chasing market, not FOMO. Let the market go. Most of the people are not able to do that because they don't want to miss the trade. They have waited for the sell side liquidity taken for long period of time. Now, when they miss that entry at the beginning because they are not sure to enter, they start to chase the market. Some days are really good and you will be successful, but that bad habit will destroy you, will ruin you for sure. Okay. Uh, so market is going to open. Let's see how it is going to open. Is the opening gap. But I'm waiting here. Now, if I go for the exact expectation, I'm bullish. See this run? I'm just not interested to take the buy. I am bullish, but I'm not interested to take the buy. Do you know why? Because market failed to clear the sell side liquidity. It was very obvious over here, right? It was so beautiful sell side liquidity. Market just didn't clear that sell side liquidity. As the market didn't clear the sell side liquidity, I'm just not interested to go for the buy. Instead of that, if I find the selling opportunity, I'll try to take the sell. Now, how you are going to take the sell, brother? This is that gap, see the gap prior to 9:30. This market closed below this gap. And now this is the next candle which has just opened. This is the second candle, okay? So this is the second candle. It has went higher, cleared this buy side liquidity over here. See, this buy side liquidity has been cleared, traded the last fair value gap. A very specific fair value gap has been traded. I want to say it will start to fall for this sell side liquidity at first because it has broken. That 50-minute gap has broken. I'm just not interested to see this has been cleared. This low has been cleared over here. This is the market structure shift, fair value gap. Market is going to trade this fair value gap. Will go higher for this buy side liquidity. I don't want to see that. Now, can market do that? Of course, it can do that. But I'm just not interested to see this because when if this wanted to go higher, why did you close below this gap? You should have respected this gap, which is very important. Why did you go break that on? So when you have broken this gap, I'm just not interested to catch that run. Instead of that, I would love to wait for getting a selling opportunity. This is that gap prior to 9:30, which I'm gonna use as a reclaimed gap. So here, first time it closed higher, closed below, went higher again. It will close below this gap again. I'll take the sell from this gap for this sell side liquidity. It will keep going higher. I'll let this go. I'm not going to touch it because the extreme sell side liquidity is still over here, which is which should be cleared. Now market didn't clear it, no problem. I'm gonna let the run go toward the buy side liquidity. I'll just miss this trade even though my bias is bullish. I'm not going to chase the market. Can it go higher? Of course it can go higher, but I'm just not going to take that buy. Instead of that, if it fall, I'll try to take the sell at least for this sell side liquidity, and then if it keep falling, I'll just let the runner go. If it keep falling, I'll let the runner go. Otherwise, after clearing this sell side liquidity, I'll start to look for the buying opportunity. But it's extremely bullish market. It's going to clear that buy side liquidity. I'll let this go at the beginning the way I told you. So let's see how it is going to react. So I'm watching this 1 minute last fair value gap over here. I'm not adding the volume imbalance. If you want, you can add this volume imbalance over here. Just add this. The volume imbalance, it is perfectly respecting this 1 minute last fair value gap. What else do you see? On your right hand side, this is the new week opening gap. This new week opening gap has been traded over here. So the new week opening gap is holding the market, and when it is holding the market, I prefer it is going to fall. When this gap is gonna close or the market is going to close below this gap, I prefer to go for a sell from here. Stop loss above the high it is created. Target this sell side liquidity. So it will close below this gap around here. I'm gonna use it as a reclaimed gap. First time it has closed, then closed below. I'm not interested to take the sell here, just to confirm that does it want to go higher one more time or not. It has done it. The second time it should work so beautifully. If it doesn't work for the second time and stop me out for the sake of this conversation, I will wait for the next time entry or the re-entry exactly from the same gap after it has closed below this gap one more time. So let's see how it is going to react. If it fall, I'll try to take that sell at the beginning. If it doesn't fall, now as I explained you at the beginning, you can let this sell go. You don't need to catch that sell if your bias is bullish. Most of the time I don't go for that. But as I told you, this market is now kind of very difficult to trade. So whatever this market is going to offer me, I'm gonna take it. I hope you guys got the point. Again, if any of you are looking for the buy, please take the buy. I'm just trying to open your eyes to understand that why this is not a valid buy to be. If this liquidity has been cleared, that means around 9:30, market fall, cleared that sell side liquidity, man, I'm already in a buy. Exactly from here, I'm already in a buy for this buy side liquidity, that buy side liquidity. As the liquidity is still over here, which is very clean and something like very precise sell side liquidity is not cleared, I'm just not interested to take the buy over here. Even if this market go higher, clear this buy side liquid, I'm just not interested to go for that. It will close below this gap. I will love to go for a sell over here. Now, if it doesn't take me, it's different matter. I maybe miss the trade, but till close, I would love to take the sell from here around here, okay? And this will be my target exactly over here. Again, I can look for much more lower target if I want, but I have to make sure that I have taken a partial around 1 is to 1, okay? So stop loss is 23 handle. We'll look for a 23 handle partial. That should be the entry. Now it didn't load actually, so unfortunately, but that should be the entry. See here, at this. This should be the entry. We'll take a partial over here. It didn't load, okay? So unfortunately, you if you are trading, you should be loaded. As it is paper money, it didn't load over here. But if you are in trading through a prop firm, you have already been in this trade. Tap to this area, take the partial over here, and maybe we'll hold the trade until this sell side liquid if it can go over here. It's not my target. Remember, it's not my target. But just let the runner go if it can go over here. So we'll go for 1 is to 1 partial exactly over here, and then see if it can fall until this area. From 15-minute chart, just look at this candle over here so far, okay? This candle closed below this gap, which is prior to 9:30. This candle open, go higher, fill the opening gap 100%. I think 100%. No, not 100% actually, up until the upper quadrant has been filled. Then market fall. Let's see if it can fall for this sell side. Am I afraid of this? Of course not, man. Why I should be afraid? This sell side liquidity is taken, then I will start to be afraid. Oh man, anytime I can get stopped out. But until this is not gonna be cleared, I'm not afraid of this market. I know that this is going to fall. This will be the limit order for the partial 1 is to 1. Here will be 1 is to 1 partial. And then I'll let this run go until here. Again, it's let it keep it exactly the area I should look. Just make it logical. I'll try to take the partial here. This is the sell side liquid I'm waiting to be cleared. Just close my trade to this sell side liquid. Right now it is trading with that fair value gap from the 15-minute chart prior to 9:30 will be broken. Then I would love to see it will be working. It is going to work as a resistance. Market should work this as a resistance because it has already done the job over here to trade this small gap. See this candle low, that candle high. There is a small gap over here. I just didn't mark it. I showed you the reclaimed gap. That small gap has been traded over here. Give me the partial. After taking the partial, going to put my stop loss to the break even over here to the break even, and we'll see if it can give me my full target, which is kind of 31 handle, right? If it give me the 31 handle partial, I'm happy. If it doesn't, I'll just get stopped out to the break even because I've already got 1 is to 1 partial. So just if it can give me the boom or not. Now again, you don't need the huge fall, man. You don't need that. All you need a small run, small. It's more than enough for being profitable. Now I could put my stop loss over here to make sure that I'm not, I know that I'm just holding the breath of this market. I'm not letting it breathe to breathe. Okay, I'm not letting it to do that. Why? Because I've already cleared the partial. I don't need the market to let him breathe. Either it will give me my boom or I'll get stopped out to the break even. After clearing the partial, if I put my stop loss still over here, it means it will go higher and stop me out. What is the benefit? Profit and loss gonna be like 50-50. I don't wanna do that. So I'll just take the partial, put my stop loss to the break even. We'll let the market go, see if it can fall and hit my maximum target or not. If it doesn't do that, go higher, stop me out. We'll try to look for a re-entry opportunity. Hmm. Do you understand why this bullish gap was not important to? This is very small piece of information. Just focus over here. This is really this, people complain the ICT concepts. Concepts doesn't have any relationship with your failure. Problem is you're biased. That means you're seeing a bull candle, strongly bull candle. You're thinking my bias is bullish. You start to go higher. Now, you have to understand where the liquidity resides. The liquidity is the most important thing in ICT concepts. You understand the liquidity, this is very easy market to trade. Very easy market. Sometimes shit happens, man. Who doesn't take the losing trade? Larry Williams, 100% he took the losing trade. There is nobody in this world who can avoid the losing trade. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna take a loss without any reason. I will take a loss depending on my understanding of the price. I knew that it should not go higher. If it keep going higher, either I will miss the trade or I will try to catch that run and maybe I'll get sometimes stopped out before this market keep going higher. If I'm looking for this fall for this sell side liquidity, either I will get stopped out here one time, I'll try to take a re-entry. If I don't get the re-entry opportunity, maybe I'll stop over there after taking that one losing trade. Otherwise, that's gonna be a boom. So I know what I'm doing, as I keep saying all the time. You should know as well what you are doing. This is not something random, right? I was not confused that maybe it will keep going higher. Should I go for buy? Now maybe it will keep falling. Should I look for sell? No, nothing. I knew what I'm waiting for. What is the worst case of scenario? Maybe it will not fall and it will go higher and go for that buy side liquid. So I will miss the buy. That is the that is the worst case of scenario. Missing trade. I'm gonna miss the buy. But if I miss the buy, am I losing anything, guys? Am I losing anything? The question to you, is there any loss if this market kept going higher and take that buy side liquidity? I was not looking for a buy, so I didn't take that buy. Was that a loss? If you think that is a loss, then you will never be able to escape from the FOMO, fear of missing opportunity. Never ever. So missing opportunity is not kind of loss. It's not a loss. It's kind of you are waiting, patiently waiting for some specific case of scenario. Market didn't give it to you, you didn't enter on this market. So you are very disciplined trader. You're not like a 99% trader. Now this market was very near to my target. It didn't give me my profit. Instead of that, I got stopped out to the break even. Am I going to cry? Of course not. That was unluck. Here, it could simply fall a bit more until the sell side liquid hit my target. Then it could go higher, stop me out to the break even. It could do that like that way. It didn't do that. I'm not gonna get very upset. Whoa, man, just because of this small run, I didn't get my boom. Instead of that, I got stopped out to the break even. I'm just not gonna cry for that because I know it could do that. It didn't do that. Absolutely okay. I got my partial? Yes. Did I put my stop loss to the break even? Yes. Did I put my target profit in the most logical level? Yes. Everything is perfect? Yes. Market didn't give me the boom? No. Took the partial? Yes. Okay, let this go. You break even? Yes. Close the chart. Come back tomorrow. Be be ready for another boom. Simple. That should be the boom, okay? It will take a bit more time to load actually. I'm just closing it, okay? Because no, it should be the boom. Now, brother, next liquidity, are you going to hold it? I remember at first what I have done. I have just put my target limit over there. Then I just switch it from here to here because this is the most logical level I know. It can fall for this sell side liquidity. I'm just don't know that it is falling for that or not. You want to hold it for this, no problem. But make sure you have taken most of your partial already out of this market because this is low probability. It doesn't need to fall for this sell side liquidity. I'm just not interested to see it's gonna fall for this sell side liquidity. When this sell side liquidity has been cleared, I'm ready to go for any kind of buying opportunity now. Now, if this market give me the buying opportunity, I'll look for that buy because the liquidity has been cleared. It will keep falling, keep falling. If I am already in the trade and I'm letting some runner to go, I will hold it. If it doesn't do that, I'm not going to touch this fall anymore. I will wait for this market to go higher for the buy side liquidity because this is really so beautiful buy side liquidity. I wanna see this is gonna be clear. Then I have some obvious liquidity as well over there. I wanna see them to be cleared. So according to the premium and discount market, finally consolidate and finally cleared the low. The low has been cleared. What should you do now? Go for the buy side liquidity now. According to my bias, with the higher time frame, I will look for the buy right now. Always seems good to see beautiful sell. It's not a small sell, brother. From here, it's kind of 31 handle. At the beginning, right? Where was the entry? Remember that was the entry. Exactly 9:36. At the beginning, 9:36, we got an entry, and exactly around 9:45. So within 9 minutes, we got 31 handle. Isn't it? Isn't it good? So good. So this is now my buying opportunity over here. Like the same gap, I can use it as an inverse gap here. That means market is going to close above this gap. I'm interested to look for a buy from here. Stop loss is gonna be a bit bigger, 24 handle, something like that. Target is this buy side liquidity over here from the same gap, exactly from there. Okay, so if it doesn't take me, I'm absolutely okay with that. I knew what I'm doing, but unfortunately, market didn't give me the entry. I'm absolutely okay with that. But I knew what I'm doing. That is the most important part. I wanted to see this fall for this sell side liquidity. Market went higher, gave me the buying opportunity over here. Would love to take that buy for this buy side liquidity. Unfortunately, market didn't give me the entry. For example, it has given me the entry. What I would do, I would go for 1:1 partial, which is 24.75 over here, just for the sake of this conversation. Think like I got the entry over here. That could be the partial, put my stop loss to the break even, and would let the run go until the buy side. How long I can take the entry over here? As long as this candle has closed above this gap, I will look for just two things. First, can I get the entry within 5 candle? Second, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within 5 candle, can I take the entry? Second, did it clear that buy side? If I see any of them is not right, okay, so market didn't give me the entry within 5 candle. I missed the entry within 5 candle. I'm not gonna take that buy. Or maybe market has cleared this buy side liquidity. Okay? I'm not gonna take this buy anymore. The day I'm gonna get the entry over here, that's gonna be my boom. So I knew exactly what is going to happen at the beginning and then what is going to happen. You have to know that as well. What else can happen? Sometimes you're not going to get the entry. Sometimes Maybe you got the entry because of your tight stop loss. Remember what I'm saying, tight stop loss. Got stopped out prematurely, because a lot of time you will be able to see that I got stopped out because of my tight stop loss. Sometimes I'm not able to put my stop loss in the most logical level. Just because of tight stop loss, I got stopped out, and then I took re-entry. If my bias is wrong, right, actually, if my expectation is right. Otherwise, this is not difficult, right? Now let me know how many of you actually got that run. If there is anyone, I was not reading any of your comment. I'm so sorry for that. First, wait for liquidity to be taken, right? Absolutely, brother. I think you have got the real example without hindsight, right? I agree with you, brother. I have blown many accounts buying and selling back and forth. It's a very bad idea. Absolutely, brother. It's really so bad idea. More importantly, for the beginners. For the beginners is disaster. See this gap? This can be my entry over here as well. This is the last fair value gap below this buy side liquidity. See this buy side liquidity? This is the last fair value gap. So when this candle, look at this candle, it has closed above this gap. The next candle tap to this gap, it's gonna be my buy over here, around here. I'm gonna put my stop loss here, because below this candle I have a fair value gap over here, so I have to put my stop loss at least over here. If I'm not able to do that, at least I have to cover this fair value gap. At least I have to cover that fair value gap. Now the target is this buy side liquidity, which is the maximum target. However, nobody I will expect to close below this constant encroachment. As you can see, it's a huge stop loss. I'm just not interested to take that huge loss. Instead of that, we'll put my stop loss over here, which is going to cover the opening gap 50%, as well as this fair value gap, and like this gap, the reclaimed gap high to the top. Okay, I'll just take a bit more risk, cover this gap. Okay, that gap. I'm not interested to see. I have already missed that entry, by the way, but if it give me a re-entry opportunity, we'll see. Okay, if it provide me the re-entry opportunity. What is that? How many times did I show this to you? At least 10,000 and one time. Nobody should close below the constant encroachment of this gap. As there is some gap over here and here, it can close below the constant encroachment to trade them. But when the first time it is gonna close above the gap again, or above the order block again, I'll move my stop loss just below the lowest down close body close candle that has closed below the 50% of the last fair value gap. So that to you. However, if I am in this trade, but just remember, my entry is not here. The entry should be there from that candle, just from that candle. As the market didn't clear this buy side liquidity, instead of clearing this buy side liquidity, respected the midnight open, I was curious to go for this trade one more time. So it has provided one more opportunity. I took the entry from here, from that candle. And as remember, as the buy side liquidity is not taken, if the liquidity was taken, I would say that I have already missed the opportunity. Market tapped to this gap, I missed the opportunity. As it didn't do that, I know that this is a re-entry opportunity for me. Market is going to provide me the re-entry opportunity. All I want to see, nobody close below the 50% of this gap. That's all I would love to see. If I see a body close below the constant encroachment, I will ready to move my stop loss. When the first time it will close above the lowest down close body close candle, which has closed below the constant encroachment, I'll move my stop loss to the break even. If I get my entry over here, I would love to move my stop loss over here, which is gonna be my 1:1. You see 23 handle stop loss, 23 handle, sorry, the partial. So we'll try go for 1:1 partial, which is 23 handle. Second, we'll try to go for this 1:1 partial, and we'll target this buy side liquidity over here. Okay, that buy side. Again, I just don't know this is gonna be taken or not. I just don't know this is gonna be taken or not, but I know that this is going to be taken. So I'll go for 1:1 partial over here, around there. I should look for that buy side liquidity exactly, but unfortunately the 1:1 is gonna be a bit higher of this line. We'll try to take that partial around 1:1. We'll let the market to go for this buy side liquidity. So when I have missed the entry over here, exactly over there, remember the reclaimed gap? We're trying to frame the trade around this area. I missed the trade. I'm not gonna cry because I missed the trade, as I have another opportunity from the last fair value gap exactly over here. So I'm gonna take the entry from this last fair value gap until the buy side liquidity is not cleared. So here I'll take the partial, will put my stop loss to the break even, and we'll see if it can give me my extreme target here. It can give me that extreme target. If it give me that, I'll be happy. If it doesn't give me that, I'll let this go. We'll get stopped out to the break even with so much happiness. Okay, no problem. I got stopped out to the break even. At least I have covered the partial. It didn't give me the extreme target. I'm not gonna cry for that. I know what I'm doing. You have to know what you are doing. But brother, it is going to clear that buy side liquidity. So I'm not going to take the partial over here. That is the worst thing you can ever do. Don't do that. Take the partial 1:1. Let the run go until, as long as you can hold it. If you don't get the extreme target, got stopped out to the break even, or maybe by trailing some stop loss, like moved it a bit higher maybe, then got stopped out here somewhere, be happy with that because you have already got the partial and you have covered some profit over here. Unfortunately, you didn't get the extreme target. Just let this go. No problem. We'll see the next time. Huh. Hey Marquis, how are you, sir? Are you okay, brother? Another boom. Penguin need to know what he's doing. I want you guys to know what we are doing. This is very clear market, brother. Just some dots to be connected, and I'm trying my level best to connect those dots for you guys. So please just give a bit attention. This market is very easy to read. I promise you, brother. Just give a bit attention. That's all you have to do. Man, come on. It doesn't hit my target just for a bit, I'll start to cry. I told you not to cry, but I'm gonna cry, okay? If it miss my target just for a bit, I'm just going to cry. That's for sure. If it can close above 20, then return is obvious. 775 is obvious. 777. 777 is obvious. Oh man, come on. It should it should give me my boom, man. Come on. Last time when ICT came here, I wish he would come while the market was open, because last Friday when he joined, I was just going to close my stream after explaining all the price action on the daily recap, everything. And then when he joined, I really didn't have anything to say. It was the lunch hour. I didn't have that much courage to talk about the price action at the lunch hour. I was excited. I closed the trade. I mean, closed the stream. But I wish I would get ICT himself again inside a session so that I could read the market by myself and he would be able to enjoy his student to read the market in a good way. I think I'm good, brother. I'm lurking in the shadows. Okay, no problem, brother. Stay in the shadow. No problem. I unfortunately okay. I, but you should write it down, boom, okay, for me, please. I I really prefer you guys to write down boom for me. Wait. Sometimes this shit happens. I really feel bad. Very small cell, a very small buy. Where the body has closed. Did you see? You see where the body has closed? This last gap. How many times did I show this to you? Which last gap? Not all the last gap. Some last gap. How many times did I show this to you? 10,000 and 2 times, including this entry. Even if I miss the trade, if you know what you are doing, there will be thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands opportunity. Now, brother, what is the next entry? Take a breath, man. Take a breath. A small breath. Take it. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button and subscribe to our channel if any of you are new. Brother, I don't hold until liquidity is cleared. I close a little before because yes, sir. Sujivan. Unfortunately, I don't know you guys remember or not. I always tell that never ever target the extreme liquidity. Either target the liquidity plus 5 handle or liquidity minus 5 handle. Sometimes what happened, it come here, made the of strongest liquidity and then reverse. Either you have to target 5 handle minus or 5 handle plus. 5 handle plus is for this liquidity, which is not the extreme liquidity. So if I wanted to take the close the trade, I could close the trade the liquidity plus 5 handle. This is the extreme liquidity. I'm more interested to close it like 5 handle below it. I just moved it. I don't know. I just didn't put it in the perfect way or the perfect area. I just randomly put it over there. Just not doing the perfect trading over here. I'm just trying to show you how you can just read this market. That's all. But yeah, of course, try to close the trade, not exactly the liquidity. Try to close the trade around the propulsion block. Sorry, the rejection block. See, buy side liquidity. Get this rejection block. Try to close your trade around the rejection block. If you do that, most of the times you'll be able to save a lot of money exactly to this rejection block. Try to close it to the rejection. It's always better to close it around the rejection. Closing shop. That's more than enough for today. Thanks, Tito. Hamad, why you are giving me thanks, man? I'm expecting some kind of pinch from you, brother. Got 20 Apex funded today. Congratulations, Hamad. 20 Apex funded? Come on, man. Seriously? Congratulations. Short at second fair value gap. I'm not interested to take the short, brother, right now. You're taking the short while the market is above the new week opening gap or new day opening gap. Don't do that. Just don't do that. You are going against your bias. You are going against everything. Don't do that. If you want, you can do that for of course, because your money, your rules. ICT must be happy when you said don't trade in lunch hour as ICT says. He must be happy, right? Absolutely, brother. I really respect him because this guy has changed the life of a lot of people. It's really awesome. Done for the day, brother. Two funded accounts and one eval, all in green. Congratulations, Suzivan. Are you going to leave now? Hey, Mahadev, are you here, man? I didn't know that. By the way, guys, I'm not bearish, so I'm not looking for any kind of sell. If you guys would love to take the sell, please go for that. I'm more interested to see if I can frame another buying opportunity. Market just opened half an hour. We have already found two boom. You don't need to trade anymore, but still will read the market, okay? Just for the sake of the reading. You don't need to trade because you should be profitable already. Both of this sell is so beautiful and so perfect sell. You don't need, sorry, not sell, sell and buy. You don't need to trade anymore. I think we should read the market. I will just frame the trade, but not going to take the entries anymore. So I'm now waiting. Look, just try to see when I'm waiting. I didn't wait here. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get the entry over here. But if I got the entry over here, that could be my entry. You guys know that, right? I didn't get the entry here. Why I took the entry here? Now what? Why I'm not doing anything right now? Because I just don't know what is going to happen. Market has cleared the sell side liquidity. Market has cleared the buy side liquidity. What is going to happen now? Is it going to fall? Is it going to go higher? I just don't know what is going to happen. So I'll let this market to decide what is going to happen next. And then I will react with the market again. What else can happen? See this low? This low is a liquidity. So market is going to fall, clear this liquidity, then it will start to go higher again. Can it happen? 100% it can happen. Or maybe it will keep falling for this obvious liquidity, which is cleared by a shallow run, right? This low has been cleared here by a shallow run. So maybe now this market is going to fall for this shallow run. I just don't know what is going to happen because the liquidity has been cleared. Now I will wait for the market to decide what it wants to do. Do you understand why I'm waiting? Sujivan Segaram, thanks bro. I wish the same for you as well. What is that? I will stay in the stream for a little longer and enjoy the company of you all penguins. Thank you, Sujivan. How is your kids, brother? I'm missing Cuba actually. Let's okay. Do I have to reach the profit target by January 6th for the discounted price action for Apex? Anybody knows the reply? Anybody knows that? The MMM is asking some question. If any of you know that, please give him the reply, okay? Don't you still have buy set since it was shallow run? No, you don't have the buy set liquid. So, Sophia, please try to take the notes over here one more time, okay? I'm just going to tell this for one more time. Look at this high. Look at this high. This high has been cleared over here by a shallow run. This this is the shallow run. This is the my obvious liquidity. Unfinished business. This is the unfinished business. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna mark the high as my liquidity, unfinished business. Now look what happened here. Market came and cleared that shallow run by another shallow run. This this is another shallow run. Now I can't look for this as my liquidity anymore. The liquidity has been taken already over here. There's no liquidity left. No liquidity is left over here. This market has fallen. If it would love to go higher, it will go higher for another buy side liquidity. If I have another buy side liquidity, but if I don't have any buy side liquidity left, this market has zero possibility to go for this buy side liquidity. There is zero possibility. Sometimes shit happens, of course, but this is not the liquidity. Like the way I'm seeing this one as my liquidity, I'm not seeing this one as my liquidity. My bias is bullish, so I'm looking for a buying opportunity if it can provide me that. But it doesn't mean that I'm looking for the buy side liquidity because of this shallow run. Is that clear, sister? You still have some confusion? Please let me know. I missed that buy side order by one tick. Bad luck, brother. It's so happy opening so many gifts from family and friends. Wow. I wish I would get some gift. Unfortunately, I didn't get any gift. Oh man, I'm a kid as well. Like a lot of you are actually senior to me. I'm like kid of you guys. So give me some gift. Thanks for no problem, brother. I love them. Beautiful chat reading Tito. For some reason, I'm always good to take sell from the last inversed fair value gap, but can't take by lol. This is the same thing, Ellie. The same thing in a opposite way. Okay, no problem. I think you should practice more. This was random, right? Over here, this was absolutely random. So when people ask me in ICT concepts, it's shit because there is million of imbalances. How do I know that which imbalance is important? I laugh because they don't know exactly what they're talking about. They just see a lot of fair value gap. They stopped seeing the market. So they don't care about anything else. They just see how can they give the excuse to be a loser. This is they just look for the excuse to be a loser, nothing else. Because if they didn't want to give up, they would find out something good from these concepts because this is so precise. But as ICT told, like in 2022 mentorship, people will leave him at first, but they will go back to him again. What exactly happened to me in 2019? I thought ICT concept is just a shit. It's another scammer. ICT himself is a scammer. This guy is just taking money from the people. I was thinking like that in 2019 because I didn't give my effort to understand this concept. Instead of that, I went for the easiest way to give the excuse. This doesn't work. This is the excuse. And then I came back again to this ICT concepts after 2 years. I came back because nothing was working, nothing was satisfied. This guy was satisfied. But when I am in front of my chart, it was not working for me. So next time I just didn't give up. I just didn't give any excuse. Instead of that, I started to understand why it's not working for me. If it is working for ICT, why it's not working for me? Maybe I have less of experience, not enough experience. Maybe I'm not spending much more time in front of my chart. Maybe I'm not asking a lot of question to the market why it is happening. Any of this can happen for you guys. Ask yourself why my setup is not working. What is wrong over there? You will get your reply. I promise you, you'll get your reply. Archana, it's been a long time. I don't see your name. How are you, sister? I'm cool, sister. How are you? I'm just going to mark that sell side liquidity, obvious liquidity. See this gap over here around this area and this gap. New selling opportunity while this market is going to close below this gap. Now, please don't take this sell because we have already framed two winning trade. Yep. A new selling opportunity from the same gap. I'm gonna keep using this gap for this obvious liquidity over here. If this market come back again, trade this gap, I'm gonna take that sell. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna depend on this only gap. No, I'm not going to depend on this only gap. I'm watching this bullish fair value gap over here, which is now the last fair value gap above this obvious liquidity, the last fair value gap. So if I mark another gap over here around this area, send it to my right, you'll be able to see that it has closed below this gap, then tap to this gap, market keep falling. Nobody has closed above the constant crosspoint of this gap. I prefer to take more risk from this old gap, which should be respected so beautifully. So if it provide me that, I'll go for that trade. If it doesn't, I'll go simple. Why didn't you take the entry over here? As I explained, I was not confident to think that it is going to fall now because liquidity has been cleared here before the market fall. I'm going higher. Liquidity has been cleared here. Buy side liquidity is here. Obvious liquidity, sell side liquidity. Which one is going to be taken? So I have waited for this market to close below all the bullish PDRA. When it has closed below all the bullish PDRA, now I'm interested to go for sell. If it give me the entry, I'm gonna take that sell. If it doesn't give me the entry, I'll let this go. But now when all the bullish PDRA has been broken, I'm more interested to see market is going to fall, at least for this sell side liquidity. If it wants to take me, I'll be in the market. If it doesn't want to take me, I'll let this market go, fall, and take the sell side liquidity without any kind of regret. I miss the trade. I don't care because I have already found this trade. I have already found that trade. I've already missed this trade. I'm not gonna cry because I've missed the trade. Instead of that, I'll let the market go or decide to do whatever it wants to do. If it wants to decide to take me, I know that today or tomorrow it's gonna take me, or not today or tomorrow, sorry. Now or then it's gonna take me. If it decides not to take me, go for the sell side liquidity, I'll miss this trade. It's absolutely okay, brother. FOMO, let this get out from your mind. FOMO is nothing just but thinking that I'm gonna miss this trade. So don't think that you are missing the trade. There is nothing called missing the trade. There is nothing called missing opportunity. This market at the beginning when it was here, did you know that it is gonna give you this sell? You didn't know that. Maybe you missed this trade, right? Just you didn't take this trade. Give a fuck. Wait for the next opportunity. You missed this trade as well. No problem. Finally, it has provided you this entry. That one trade is more than enough for being profitable. Until this sell side liquidity is not taken, and I'm gonna count the candle. One, two, three, four, five. Within five candle, if this market trade this last fair value gap over here, I'll wait for this market to take me from here, from this gap, that gap, more precise entry for this sell side liquidity. If it doesn't do that, I'll let this go. So it'll fall, take the sell side liquidity. I can take the sell from here if I want, from here, okay? Problem is, first of all, stop loss is gonna be much more bigger, 21 handle. and target is gonna be much more smaller, 30 handle. I don't wanna take that risk with more specific stop loss. Instead of that, would love to take my entry from here, which is the equilibrium of this last fair value gap, and gonna put my stop loss in the most logical level. Gonna increase my profit 30 handle to 36 handle, tapped to the gap now here. That could be the entry. Not gonna take it from here. Love to see if it can give me more precise entry. In this type of scenario, I'll be able to take the partial as well, around 20 handle. Low, less risk, right? If I get the entry from the equilibrium of this last gap, but the body should not close above the equilibrium, as well as from this gap here, that gap. Unfortunately, it didn't take me. I am absolutely okay with that. If it could take me, sorry, for example, I'm not in this trade, I was not in this trade, maybe I would take that risk from this area. But when I have already found two winning trade, I just will see if it can give me the most precise entry, like the most precise entry. Happy New Year to all and wish everyone a successful trading year in 2026. Thank you so much, Archana. Love you, sister. Can you explain why you are reusing that particular fair value gap? A long explanation, sister. I have already talked about a long lot about this gap. I mean, this. This is the gap around here. Look at this small price action. I have this buy side liquidity here. I have the sell side liquidity here. Market went higher, cleared the buy side liquidity, fall, should respect this gap, and then keep falling for the sell side liquidity. It has violated this gap over here, took one more time the buy side liquidity, respected the last fair value gap, closed below this gap. It's now perfect reclaimed gap. I'm gonna catch that run from this reclaimed gap until the sell side liquidity. Now, without clearing this sell side liquidity, if this happened on the chart, without clearing the sell side liquidity, if this happened on the chart, I'm not interested to use this gap anymore. It's not important anymore to me. When it has respected this gap, perfectly fall, cleared the liquidity, means this gap has done its job. This is a gap which is now getting very important to me because it is respecting and taking the liquidity over here. It closed above this gap, gonna use this same gap by expecting the same thing because history repeats. Tap over here, it didn't actually. If it could tap over here until the buy side liquidity, I would look for the buying opportunity. Now, unfortunately, it didn't been used over here. So I would love to use it here again as a reclaimed gap. Where here as a reclaimed gap, I wanna use it again because it didn't work as this way. If it could take me over here, I would go for the trade over there. However, as it didn't work, I'm gonna remove it from my chart. Just would love to draw your attention over here. This is 10,000 and 3. Okay, 3 times 10,000 and 3 times. Last fair value gap has been inversed, body didn't close below the concurrent crossment, tap to this last fair value gap, go for that buy side liquidity. Closed below, again the last fair value gap over here, here, tap to this last fair value gap, like tap to this last fair value gap here, sell side liquidity, there. After clearing the partial around 1:1, so I think it will be 23 handle or something, let me check. It's 21 handle, 3 tick, something like that. So here, try to take the partial around 1:1, put the stop loss to the break even, let the market go until the sell side. The same last fair value gap. I already told you that if I am not in these trades, my entry would be from the last fair value gap, not from here. So precisely, instead of that, that could be my trade. If I were not any of this trade, then I would go for this trade from the last fair value gap. I have already some profitable trades, so I would love to take less risk with the highest profit, highest possible profit. Okay, so something like 15 handle stop loss and kind of 36 handle profit. I'm not in any trade. This is my first trade. I'm gonna take my entry from this last fair value gap, gonna put my stop loss above the candle which has filled this last gap as a inverse gap, valid inverse gap. If I have some fair value gap above this, I'll just cover this one until it's not gonna contradictory with my stop loss. Like 21 handle, 22 handle, it's absolutely cool, right? So just going to cover this gap. If it was like 31 handle, I would simply put my stop loss over here above the candle which has built this gap, inverse gap, valid inverse gap. If it was 13 handle or like 30 handle, like extremely volatile, then I would put it over here. As you can see, just 14 handle, just don't need to take that risk. So I'll put it over here, which is 21 handle. I'm gonna cover this small gap over here, small gap over here. I would love to see can provide me at least 1:1 partial, which is here. Then if it can give me the full boom for this sell side liquidity. So if the sell side liquidity has been cleared, that's gonna be 10,000 and three times. I'm gonna show you the entry from the last fair value gap. Ah, I'm doing fine, Tito. I'm on vacation, so unable to join you live every day, but trying to join whenever possible. No problem, sir. I always appreciate it. Thank you so much for explanation. So in that case, you would regard that fair value gap more important than 1 minute, past 1 minute fair value gap. No, it's not something like that. I just told that, sister. As I were in this trade, I don't need to take the entry over here with this risk. I don't need it. So if I were not in these trades, that could be myself. If it would be my first time, I would go for the trade from here because it doesn't need to trade this gap. It can simply respect the last fair value gap without even reaching to the consequent cross point. It can keep falling. I don't want to miss this trade. And as long as you can see, it's just 20 handle risk. So I don't want to miss this trade from here. But as I was in this trade, I tried to catch the perfect or the most, precise entry from here. I tried to take that most precise entry. It didn't work, problem, because I am not going to miss anything. I've already got my profit. That it's not something like important wise. I'm just telling you, I was in a trade. It was a profitable trade. I don't need to enter in another trade with huge loss. If I enter in another trade with huge stop loss, that's called gambling. So I will try to take the precise entry. If you give me the precise entry, I'm very happy to catch that run from here. That cap on time. Brother, this is a highly risky sell trade, SMT with ES and Dow. I'm not taking this. I'm not pushing the button, brother. Please clarify why you are not using the reclaimed cap after it's broken three times. Uh, three times is a what to say? I mean, is a boundary. Okay. So all I mean to say, I used that logic behind like three times broken logic in general. Like how to say that? It's kind of safety issue. Okay. So something like I talked about the immediate reaction, right? It's a safety issue. It doesn't mean that you have to follow that. It's all about the feelings, how you're going to feel the market. It's kind of when you'll keep watching the market again and again, you'll understand that it's not something you will wait for that three times broken or three candles or five candles. Not something like that. Sometimes when you'll feel good, like here, I'm not getting any kind of like when it was going higher, I was not expecting I'm gonna get stopped out. Do you know why? Because I was watching on my left hand side this small gap. Small gap. Let me show you this. This is a gap. This gap is important. I was watching this gap. That can market trade this gap and fall. Now it is all about the feelings, sister. Okay, how can I explain this. This is kind of, I think, experience. If you say more precisely, it's kind of experience. I'm just giving you that I mean rules so that you don't get exhausted. You can be very careful, okay, because of the experience things or something like that. When I'm with you, maybe I'm able to hold the hand with. I'm able to hold your hand. If I'm not with you and you're seeing this is not working, you will get just exhausted. Oh man, it's not working or something like that. That's why I told the three times broken. Because when a gap broke three times, most of the time it's kind of a very weak FVZ. I just don't know how to explain this, but I hope you got the point what I mean to say. It's for security purpose. Okay? Something like that. I don't know. Is it clear to you or not? Can't explain it, brother. It comes with hours and hours. Yeah, it's something like that. Absolutely, Suziban. I'm just not able to use some word over here to explain this. But I'm trying my level best, whatever I'm able to explain. Okay, just keep watching the chart with me. It will be easier, and one day you will be able to. I mean, very soon you will be able to understand this as well. See this gap? At this gap, I'm going to remove this last parallel gap. Okay, I'm going to remove it. I'm gonna draw your attention to this gap, that gap. Okay, here. Now look at the bodies of this gap. See the bodies. I'm gonna remove this as well. Look at the bodies. How beautifully it has been respected. Now, did I know that? Of course, I didn't know that. What you are expecting? I was expecting it is gonna work with the lower portion of this gap. Bodies are not going to close above the consonant crossment of this gap. Instead of that, it's going to work with the 50, lower 50% of this gap. Then it will keep falling. Yeah, I knew that the wick can go until this gap. That's why I was showing this gap. I was trying to draw your attention to this small gap over here. This is a very dangerous gap. Above the last parallel gap, the gap you are going to see over here, it's a very dangerous gap. However, I was not interested to see anybody close above the consonant crossment of this old gap. That gap we have used here one time. Take the sell. We tried to take the buy over here. Didn't give me the entry opportunity. We tried to take the sell from here and the reaction from this gap. The market is preferring this gap which has been respected previously. Perfectly, we have skipped the area we should not enter, and then we waited for the perfect opportunity. We entered over here, perfectly worked here. We tried to enter over here, it didn't give me the entry. So the next time, the second time, it didn't been used over here. If I was able to use this gap over here, I wouldn't use this gap anymore around this area. Maybe I wouldn't never notice this thing happened. If I could go for this trade around this area, then I would look for something else around here to look for the trade, maybe the last parallel gap or anything else. But isn't it so beautiful? So precisely it has been respected that gap here from there until this sell side liquidity. Thanks for the penguin, Sophia. See this? This is the order block to me now. It should work as a perfect order block around here. Now, if it doesn't work, what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, oh man, bad luck, because it should work as a perfect order block. Whenever I say something, it doesn't mean that that's gonna happen. I am expecting this is going to happen like that way. So I'm expecting this order block is now going to hold the market and stopping this market to go for this gap again. This gap, this gap has been transferred to this order block here. This gap has been transferred his power to this order block. So this market is going to trade this order block, maximum the mean threshold of this order block, and then it is going to fall for this obvious liquidity. That is how I'm going to expect. That is gonna be my expectation. I'm wrong. Market keep going higher. Okay, I was expecting this is going to happen. It didn't work like that way. I got stopped out. I'm gonna accept that problem or accept that loss over there. I'm gonna keep that last parallel cap one more time because I need to see how it is going to react. Okay. So here you can see this is that last parallel cap. I'm gonna remove this parallel cap from my chart. I'll keep it over here. I don't want to see not even a single body to close above the constant encroachment of this fair value gap. If I ever see market has closed above the constant encroachment and I was in that trade in the last fair value gap, think like that way. I was in this trade from the last fair value gap, and my stop loss, as I told, it should be here, not here. When I have seen one body has closed above the last fair value gap constant encroachment, I'm not going to believe this setup anymore. I'm gonna put my stop loss above above the order block which has closed above the constant encroachment. I'm gonna put my stop loss over here while this candle appeared on the chart and closed below this order block. Now it is a valid order block. I'm gonna move my stop loss from there to here, around here. Why? Because now it should hold the market until the sell side liquidity. At the same time, I'll try to take the partial. Like, remember the stop loss was kind of much. I think stop loss was something like 21 handle, something like that. Why it's showing smaller, I don't know. However, 21 handle TTK, I guess that was the stop loss. I just don't know why it's showing a bit smaller right now. Just think like that way. So 21 handle 75. So far I remember that should be the partial around here. And then I would hold the trade until the sell side liquidity. I believe that this order block is not going to be broken until the sell side liquidity is not taken. I'll move my stop loss from 21 handle, 10 handle. If I'm wrong, if this market really would love to go higher, I'll take that 10 handle loss. Isn't it better to reduce your loss? Now what happens sometimes it go higher, stop me out and then keep falling. That is unusual. I don't want to see that. If it happens, I'll get prematurely stopped out. We'll start to look for resale opportunity. If I don't get the resale opportunity, market is keep going higher, I'll be happy because I didn't keep my stop loss over here. Instead of that, I moved it here. I got stopped out here. Think like market just keep going higher, and it's come this area, then it has fallen, something like that. So I'll be very happy because I moved my stop loss from here to here. But instead of that, if it come like here, exactly stop me out and then fall, sometimes I feel bad because I moved my stop loss prematurely and got stopped out over here. But most of the time it doesn't do that. When this is an order block, it should not stop me out before falling and taking this sell side liquidity. It should not stop me out. Sometimes shit happens, and all that area I'm absolutely perfect with that shit, because what I have done, I've minimized my loss. I always care about my loss, I don't care about my profit. You are afraid to take that 10 handle loss. Why you are not closing the trade right now? It's 15 handle. You are not able to close the trade right now because you are going for 1:1. But you are not allowed, or you are not ready to take that 10 handle loss, because loss is loss to you but win is not win to you. A very perfect thing, right? In this type of consolidation, if I are in this trade, I immediately switch my entry, sorry, my stop loss just above that constant encroachment, just one tick above this constant. So not even the order block would cover the mean threshold of this order block and the constant encroachment of that last variable. Where this market should not go one more time. You know why? Because market is spending too much time over here. I always look for top of the hour, middle of the hour. See here, 10:34, the time zone. You can see here, UTC -5, New York. Right now the time is 10:34. So around 10:30, I need the speed. I didn't have the speed around 10:30. No speed around 10:30. Means that market has decided to consolidate for a longer period of time. Means that this market is going to take that sell side liquidity around top of the hour. I'm not interested to hold the trade until top of the hour. So next 30 minutes or just 20 handle. I'm not interested to hold that. All I will do, I'll either move my stop loss as soon as possible. I'll keep moving my stop loss. At the same time, if I were in this trade from here, from that gap I have explained to you. So here, if I are able to catch the entry from there, and stop loss should be here, and I have already taken the partial around 21 handle. See here, take the partial, but simply put my stop loss to the break even. That is gonna cover both order block or all other area. Now, unfortunately, I didn't go for this entry from here. and I went for this entry from here, cover this area. Why it's showing? Okay, I think stop loss was here if I'm not wrong. It was 21 handle hitting. If it was here like this way, I would wait for this partial 21 handle 3T, but stop loss is gonna moved over here or maybe here, any of this area. Best or safest area is there. Put it over there and we'll wait to see if it can give me my at least the partial and then the boom. Guys, please don't forget to push the likes live, okay, and subscribe to our channel if you are new. Don't forget to push the like button. Did I get 100 likes? This is all I ask for you guys. Instead of all this information, okay, 126 people are watching, 72 likes, not enough. Can you guys please push the like button? Not bad 49%, very bad 31%, awesome is 20%. Yeah, out of 142 votes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me open another poll. Sorry to do that. Apex has 90% discount. So if any of you are interested about Apex, it's gonna cost just $19.60, overall $20. So any of your interest, please make sure that you have used the code TT. You can see this here, it's written over here. Apex 90% discount, all account size $19.60. Use the code T2. If you see this pin code, you'll able to see the link. Don't forget that. I mean, don't think that that's a spam. It's real link of the Apex Trader. If you are interested, just use the code T2. And by the way, gray means you are at the break even. Some people are red. Seriously? Oh man. Thank you, Kishore. Thank you so much, brother. Are you streaming tomorrow, brother? I don't know. Tomorrow is market open. I have nothing to do actually. So if I see the market is open, I'll be here. I mean tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, I'm absolutely free. On Friday, I have to do something actually. Friday, I'll be a bit late. If the market is open, I'll be here. No worries. Simplord, are you new, brother? Yes, tomorrow is regular day. Okay, then I'll be here. I'll be here. Uh, just January 1st is holiday. Oh, okay. January 1st is holiday. Okay. So yeah, January 1st maybe we're not going to do any live sunshine. I can see that I'm new, brother. Okay, brother. Just be with me for give me some times, okay? I need at least 3 months. After 3 months, something will start to knock in your head, okay? After 3 months. No, brother, I didn't get Sharoda. I have submitted a lot of CV, but because of the language, I don't know the Portuguese language. I was trying to learn it. Unfortunately, I gave up at the middle of the course. After 1 month, it's kind of very disgusting to me and very difficult for me to learn. I gave up. Sorry. I think I have a problem with language, any kind of language. So I gave up the Portuguese language, and I really need the Portuguese language for find a good job. There's a lot of odd job. Unfortunately, brother, I'm not able to do those odd job, like cleaning or something. I'm not disrespectful. I'm just saying I'm so lazy. So it's not possible for me to do all of this odd job in this age. So I'm just not doing them. I have applied for the Portuguese company for the Portuguese job, kind of corporate job you can say, but some of them asking for the Portuguese language. So yeah, we'll see. Unfortunately, not regular. Tomorrow it close early and first is closed. Okay, problem, brother. We'll see. If it is open, I'll be here, okay? Is it get a job there? If you look for any kind of odd job, it's really easy. Kind of like if you need a restaurant job, cleaning job, then farming job, it's easy. It's really easy. I mean, you'll get the job for sure. Unfortunately, I'm just not able to do them. It's been a long, and I'm really aged now, like 34 years old, kind of. I'm aged now. I'm not able to do that. Yes, sir. I'm in Portugal right now. By the way, guys, I bought my first camera yesterday. I'm so much excited. Hey, Pilarets, how are you, sir? Bom dia. Muito bem. How are you, brother? It's been a long. I don't see your comment, man. Forgot me, Pilarets. Where is your 100%? I love that 100%. Hey, Suziban, I have a question to you. If you are still over here, look for a job to me as well. Where do you live? Where do you live, Sharda? Want to have a full-time job and trading side hustle? No, I quit trading actually long time ago. Last few months, I have just done my trading because actually can share you the last payout. How did I get the last? Uh, there. 29th of December. I got my last payout actually 29th of December. I can. Unfortunately, I was not interested to trade, to be honest. It was an accident. I was trying to blow the account, and unfortunately, I got the payout. So I can share this screenshot. And I wish this is gonna be my last payout. I really don't wanna keep doing this trading because of my religious, but I was needed some money. Unfortunately, you can see to the Discord here the last payout 29th of December. I think it was like yesterday. Bank account freeze from future from payout. Bank account freeze? What is that? I just don't know. I think anybody else can help you. I'm software engineer. Okay. Oh, do you live in Portugal, brother? Uh, I'm looking for a software job as well. My background is ICT, but I really forgot everything. Okay, to be honest, I forgot everything. Oh, 7, 19. 2019, I left job. That was the last payout actually I got 29th of December. I'm gonna delete this one. This is the camera I bought, Mahdi. Canon EOS R50, like 650 euro. Took 650 euro, and the lens 100 to 400. It is also 650 euro. Then I have bought like extra memory card. I have ordered the hood and the bag. So overall, it costs $1,460, something like that. I have to buy another prime lens only, so it's gonna cost maybe another 200 euros, something like that. Just 14 to 35 millimeter. And I took this picture last night. I think it was not bad. That should be the partial from here after taking the partial. Stop loss to the break. By the way, anybody else in this trade? Just let me know that. I'll just showing. So today, like we have framed this sell, boom, that buy, boom, that sell, boom. Lot of boom today. It doesn't seems like this is December, by the way, guys. It feels like this is the September we are trading. As long as you are not trading real money at a real brokerage, you shouldn't have to worry about a religious belief. It's a fake. That's the problem, Sujivan. First of all, if you are not, I mean, if you like, I really don't want to go any kind of controversy. I have tried my level best to make it legal, okay, for me. I tried my level best, trust me, man. I went beyond of my limit to force this as illegal according to our religious. The things you told that without leverage that is haram. Without leverage, okay, I forget about leverage. There is nothing things like that. There is nothing called leverage. That is haram because that's not the real money. So you are trading the paper money, and the paper money is not the real money. It's kind of uh, you have to have the real existence of your business to make it legal. So if I forget about the leverage is absolutely haram. But if you forget about the leverage, this is not the real money, and that's why it's not actually legal or acceptable according to my understanding. But whatever, I'm just don't want to go with this controversy. Just let this go. I've been focusing on developing some startups, which is why I have been a bit absent lately, but I always watch the recorded live streams whenever I can. Okay, okay, Joachim, thank you, brother. As I'm fond of Canon too. It's really so good, cheap, and really awesome. India bank account freeze when you pay out from future perf from P2P. I have no idea, brother, why it happens. It never happens with me because I got the payout from Take Profit Trader to my Bangladeshi bank account. Okay, so to my Bangladesh bank account, I got the payout. It it never freeze anything like that way. I just don't know. I think is there anyone from India who has the same kind of problem, bank freeze or that? Last good price action of year, I think so. But now it's actually doing the consolidation over. I'm just waiting for the last macro to see if it can provide anything. Just right now it is doing the consolidation, so waiting for the last macro to see if it can provide anything to like to share with everyone if Tamimi allows it. What you guys are sharing? Share with me. Sujiban, I understand, brother. I only wanted to help you feel better about trading the prop firm accounts. Yes, man. I wish I could. I would never ask for the money then to Jaid for buying a setup. Oh, I did ask. I was just kidding. I'm just kidding. I really appreciate all of your support, brothers, guys. Thank you so much for being over here. That's my achievement. You guys are here. That's my achievement. I don't need anything else, to be honest. It is clear that highs or relatively equal highs over here by that run. Would love to see can it fall now. This is the last time or last opportunity for this market to fall. If it doesn't fall right now, it will never fall. Something like that type of scenario. If this high has been taken, it means intermediate term high has been shifted. This candle, if it take that high, intermediate term high has been shifted. It means this market is bullish. So even if I'm bearish, I can't look for the sell anymore if this high is taken. So here, this high is the liquidity. This high is the market structure shift. So this is some kind of information. If it helps you to understand a bit. ICT was indeed here. Yeah, ICT was here on last Friday. Thank you so much, Pilares. Last Friday he was here. Oh, that moment was awesome, brother. I double checked with AMP Futures email they sent me. Tomorrow is a regular trading day. Actually, I'll be able to see this actually tomorrow. Um, Happy holiday. Market open. Happy holiday. Close in 6 hours 9 minutes. Yeah, so today is normal day. Tomorrow we'll see. Okay. I shifted means buying opportunity. So here, if I were in this trade, maybe I would get the partial and I would get stopped out to the break even. Absolutely okay with that. 21 handle 3 tick partial, stopped out to the break even. Cool, brother. I got payouts in SBI Bank and never faced the issue. Bank may ask for clarification. Yeah, they ask for the clarification to my country as well. They ask for the clarification, the agreement or something like that. If you provide them, they're not gonna bother you. Look at this gap and this gap. Two gap. One, two. Going to remove this last gap. Going to remove this 15-minute gap. Going to remove this opening gap. Gonna move this last fair value gap. One, two. Gonna mark this gap as a breakaway gap. Gonna mark this gap as a entry gap. Means within 5 candle, if it come here, it's my perfect buy. Stop loss at least here and target maybe this last fair value gap. Okay, right here in 1 minute chart, the last fair value gap. Until it's not coming to this last fair value gap, again you can tell me that brother this is the last fair value gap. You can of course go for that. I don't look for this type of gaps which are very small. I always look for this type of gap which is very prominent to see. Within 5 candle, if it gave me the entry before reaching to this last gap, that could be my buy again. Why? Because this intermediate term high has been shifted over here. This candle has shifted above this high. Until here it was the liquidity taken. Market didn't clear. I mean, after clearing the liquidity, market should fall, clear this liquidity. It didn't do that. Instead of that, this is the origin low that has been cleared over here, failed to clear the maximum low. Now this market is bullish. So liquidity has been cleared here. Liquidity has been cleared, shifted the market, tapped here, buy until here. Didn't give me the entry, let it go. I will go for this sell here, take the partial, got stopped out to the break even. Then we'll go for this buy again. If this high has been shifted and show me the or give me the opportunity to take the buy, I'll look for this buy again. If I miss this buy over here, I'm not able to take any other buys above this area, at least not until now. Like here, I had the opportunity to take the buy, but here I don't have the opportunity. Either I have to take the entry over here or I have to let this run go. Sometimes this market is extremely one-sided. Just keep going higher without giving the entry opportunity. You have to accept this type of scenario as well. Just count the candle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within 5 candle, it has to come here before reaching to this gap. That's the requirement for this entry. At your sell side liquidity from the ES chart. Why is your sell side liquidity, brother? Any sell? 1, 2, 3, 4. The next candle. If I get the entry, valid. By the next candle, no entry, no trade is valid. Let me frame all the trade for today we have done, that you guys have an idea what we are doing here. That was the first trade. I just don't remember how long was the target. Okay, randomly I'm putting it over there. That was the second trade. That was the third trade, either from this gap or from this gap. As I have talked about this gap, just gonna keep this over here. So go for just 1:1. So took the partial, stopped out to the break even. The last opportunity, and I don't think so market is going to give me that, as it has already left five candle. This is the number five candle. Okay. 85 50% off end Friday. Tradify has 50% discount. So if any of you are fond of Tradify direct funding account, they have 50% discount until Friday. So please make sure that you have used the code T2 Wizard if any of you are interested about uh, Tradify. Unfortunately, it's not going to give me the entry, so I'm going to leave it. But I'm just trying to draw your attention over here to understand that I'm not confused when something is going to happen, and I'm always going to take the partial because that's going to help me to survive in this market. Even if it doesn't hit my maximum target, I don't care if I can at least cover 51:1 partial. That's the most important thing in trading. And you already taken on a yes. That's why I said the sell was risky earlier. I'm glad I didn't take the sell. Congratulations, brother. But still, you had the opportunity to take the partial, even from this gap, even from the last gap. Both of this area, you would get an opportunity to take the partial. Wanted to ask me a question earlier. Yes, sir. I was asking a question. I was going to ask you a question, but later I forgot actually. Unfortunately, I forgot. But that was something I just don't remember what I was going to ask you. Just forgot that, brother. Good morning, Jamie. You're late, brother. Okay, guys. If I don't see that 100 likes, I'm gonna close the stream right now. Yeah, I'm just going to close the stream right now. Thank you so much for joining to the live, but I'm really fed up because nobody wants to do anything. I can see that 60% people are green. Thank you so much, guys, for being green. Some of you are red. Don't worry, brother. Today or tomorrow, we are also going to be green again. It's not something like you have to force yourself. Pray those people. Break even means you still have the opportunity to be green again. I wish you'll get that very soon. Okay. See you guys. To be honest, it's really so difficult for me without. I just keep begging for the likes and nobody give a shit. See you again tomorrow, inshallah. If the market is open, I'll see you tomorrow. So then, cheers, guys.